a history now. I'm not lying. I had a conversation with an individual this morning there. And in the space of 10-15 minutes, that individual would have given me so much valuable historic information on a period in Grenada's history that you realize, you know what? When it comes to preserving our history, Grenadians are sadly lacking. We need to do better.
A lot better.
We need to do better. Seriously, we need to do better.
Lot,
Who know
lot
how to
better.
write? That's why I continually saying it to Devon. Write a book. Write a book. Whether you just start to put your thoughts down on paper and somebody take it and put it into a book for you, or you write it totally. I know that Teddy Victor did one. I think Lane has done one as well. So you have several people who have done books and so on. And nothing holding you back from doing as well.
I would love, and I'll take the opportunity to give a 1 day account, of, for example, October 19th.
I think another important one, and probably something we can look at just after the carnival. I don't think we want to go into it in between now. Some people might say, do it now, but I think right after the carnival. Where does mosquito come from? Mosquito know all they doing here, you know. Our friends in pest control are calling Devon, laying Devon deal with all you, calling my boys over in the Queen's Park, you know. I ain't making joke, you know. I'm calling them fellas over in Queen's Park for that. I find out 1 or 2 mosquito keep coming around. What do them?
And when you see them in the day, it's cause for concern, eh?
And the bunks in here, you know. The bunks in here.
Want to see them in the day, it's cause for concern.
Yeah, let me say a good morning to Mr. Kenny James and the other officers there at the Environmental Health Office. But yeah, Devon, I think whether it's right after the carnival or whenever, that each month I think we need to do something on the Grenada Revolution, Grenadian history in general. Yeah. And I'm saying right after the carnival because I think people have started to shift from everything and onto carnival right now. Those who are involved in carnival, and
Most
some of those
definitely.
are the younger ones who you want to get the information, and you want it to soak in. I don't think now would be the best time to do it.
You don't want that distraction right now.
So I think right after the carnival, we've done special programs on October 19th. We've done special programs on June 19th. March the 13th, I think we did something on March the 13th. Not extensive, but on March the 13th. There may be other things within the period that need to be spoken about and I think therefore we need to do, even if it's once a month, we dedicate a program to history of Grenada.
History of Grenada, yeah. Even if we have a guest who may want to speak on a particular, time in our history.
Yeah. I could find a gentleman that could speak about when Grenada went to the United Nations for the first time. Yeah, I could make I could make less than 50 steps and find that gentleman right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Well, of course.
Yeah, less than 50 steps and find that gentleman right now.
So we have a wealth of information right around us.
Yeah.
There,
So we need to talk. And you see, the thing is, we need to open that conversation. And the reason we need to open that conversation is because there's so much falsities being said by many persons about, I could understand people like Devon getting upset at times. And you know why? That they would sit there sometime and hear people saying things that are totally untrue. Totally, and the person knows nothing what they're speaking about. They try to pass themselves off as an authority on the particular issue, and they're telling total untruths or half-truths on something. And I think it's important, it's really important, that at least once a month, and hopefully it could be done in a way that our children, and that's why I'm saying we could do it in August, that our children would be able to get this information. So if we do it during August, during the period of time that the youngsters are home, after the carnival, it's a good period of time when the youngsters are home, the parents can say, well, listen to this, hear what went on or so. Or they might just tune in and hear it as well. But we're going to promise you that, that we're going to do some programs. There's some people that me and Devon check in to talk, and some want to talk, some don't want to talk. Some go talk through us, mainly through Devon. Some go talk through us. But it's...
But we get in there.
It's like some people afraid to talk about it. Nah, if it's a hard talk, we ain't afraid. We ain't afraid to talk about it.
Hard talk, you must not be afraid. The truth has, I mean, is no, you can't defend the truth. It's the truth, so it has to be known. Some people may not like it because it's bitter, you know, a bitter pill to swallow, but it's the truth. And the sooner we get to realize, I mean, our history and the truth about what went on in Grenada over the last 50 or 60 years. And so, just before independence and after independence.
But Devon, we can even go further to that. Yesterday was celebrated as the American independence. Grenada factors in that in two ways. In American independence, a lot of Grenadians don't know that. Grenada factored in the American independence. Now you had Henri Christophe, he was born in St. David. He was part of the Haitian contingent that was at the Battle of Savannah, which is one of the turning points in the American Revolution. Christophe, yes, he was a child at the time, a drummer boy, but he was there. He was part of the entire thing. But even more than that, at the end of that engagement, that military engagement, 1/3 of the soldiers, which were free blacks, that had been brought out of the Haitian Republic, well, it wasn't the Haitian Republic at that time. It was still part of France. It wasn't a free country yet.
It was Hispaniola.
So the free blacks that were taken out of Haiti at that point in time, the 500 plus that were brought to the United States. Well, it wasn't the United States yet, but were brought to America and fought in their Revolutionary Independence War. 1/3 of them, after that battle, were sent to the island of Grenada as punishment. But a lot of people don't know that, isn't it? Yeah. And that's some Grenadian watching at Haitian, or Haitian, this Haitian, that some always Haitian too.
Yeah. Descendants of the Haitians.
1/3 of these free blacks who formed that 500 plus contingent that was in the American War of Independence. All of you are talking shoppiness. Go and research and prove me wrong.
You're talking about 100, at least 170 of them.
They were exiled to Grenada. They were exiled to Grenada. Feel I don't know what I'm talking about. Go and research it. Or let's go find out.
That's food for thought.
Go and research it. Take what I tell you. Go and research it yourself. Yeah, and you would see that these people who fought in the American War of Independence, who fought in a battle that was the turning point for the colonists, where they were able to kick out the British. The key battle, the Battle of Savannah, Grenada, fellas, one fella from Grenada was involved, and the people who were involved in it were sent to Grenada after. It's a fact. So America only had to tell Grenada thanks. No play on the thing, you know. Now maybe why Reagan come in when he come in, and he maybe think that was the way to tell Grenada thanks. So he came in at that point in time.
Yeah, and Billa crazy also.
You know, even recently, Billa crazy. I mean, he blew up. Anyway, that's another story. Right. People died. That's a serious one.
Yeah, people died.
The other thing that is this though. I think that while we do mention the revolutionary period, a lot of times we leave out the Gary era. Deepo, thank you so much, very much for those books. Thank you so very much.
Yes, man. I ain't finished yet, but
a lot of information. I haven't finished myself, but there's a lot of information there. And it's not simply a matter for a person like me to come or a person like Devon to come and just regurgitate what we read.
Nope.
But I think it's important for some of the people who are still alive to be able to speak about what happened and their interactions and so on. And even to try and get some historical information on before the Gary period, because you had T. Albert Marichaud and all these people, and there's a lot of information from before those periods of time that I think we need to place into the Grenadian consciousness. If we continue to just watch television, watch movies, go on the internet and online,
you'll get lost,
and research other countries' history and research other countries' fantasies, like Wakanda. Wakanda doesn't exist, yeah? Wakanda doesn't exist. But you ask any youth about Wakanda, right? So them talking Wakanda and all, and not realizing it's really Igbo and so Osa, and so that they're speaking. But anyhow, so them speaking like they're from Wakanda and all kind of thing. But it's a fictional country where they don't even know their own history of their country. Yeah, and I'm speaking about our history. I'm not speaking about the colonial. I'm speaking about our history as Grenadians.
The real thing.
Not the history that the colonists came and they gave to us and say, well, that is your history. No, our real history. We have to speak about it.
Dupaki and Christopher Columbus. I need to call him Columbus. Christopher Columbus and Francis Drake.
Christopher Combossos.
And the Drake, the Francis Drake, and all of them. You know, so much of distortion. And look, and we continue to allow that distortion of our history, right? All through the Gary era, the revolution, and after, up till now, we just continue to allow ourselves to be taken away from what is important.
I've given you the responsibility on air of finding the historian.
Well, yes, and that's why yesterday, you know, I'll definitely
Claude Douglas too.
Mr. Douglas, even
Michael Jessamy as well.
Yes, even Mr. Pierre, right? Mr. Pierre right there in Moya, the brother of the speaker, another good, another person who definitely has a wealth of history.
Those
and
who forget their history are doomed to repeat it. All right?
So,
nice. Let me touch a song there from a nice young lady.
Okay.
It's Coco again now. I want to free up my mind, cause this is a real good time to turn it up. I want to turn it up. I'm feeling the vibes and energy when the music capture my body to turn it up. I want to turn it up. This feeling of emotion does put me in a motion. I want to turn it up. I want to turn it up. I'm winding up my body because I'm feeling sexy. I want to turn it up. I want to turn it up. This is a time in our real life. We are one and we must not fight. Forget the hate, concentrate, set the pace and let's then leave it. Yeah, we fight the struggle cause we know it's a battle when we face it. Oh yeah, not even with friends and family can fix it. Only you can fix your problems, no one else but you. It is high time you're free up cause it's long overdue. So call up all of your friends, bring out all of your crew, cause I came here to party, I got nothing to lose. I want to free up my mind cause this is a real good time to turn it up. I want to turn it up. I'm feeling the vibes and energy when the music capture my body to turn it up. I want to turn it up. This feeling of emotion does put me in a motion. I want to turn it up. I want to turn it up. I'm winding up my body because I'm feeling sexy. I want to turn it up. I want to turn it up. Forget all your pain and your stress and your sorrow. And if you're not careful, you might be sorry. Come to
Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks. And tonight, Carnival City comes alive.
Yeah, big time.
Mr. Sita Hall, good morning to you, sir, and your staff down there at the Spice Mask Corporation. Yeah.
It's been a long time we haven't spoken to Mr. Sita Hall.
Mr. Sita Hall, give us a call.
Yeah.
What happened to you? Give us a call back.
I only seen you on TV and thing talking.
You might be extremely busy today,
Yes.
but Mr. Sita Hall, feel free
If you
to
can,
give us
yes.
a call if you can, please, because today, remember, they've started the Soca Monarch preliminary. So if you didn't think Carnival start, Carnival well start already.
Carnival on the way.
So tonight it's going to be the first batch. There are going to be 4 groups of them. So the first group is going in tonight. I think there are people like Valine and so on tonight.
Okay, how many is that group comprised of?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for. I know the Spice Mask Corporation Facebook page has put up that information, so I'm looking for it. I'm looking. So let me see. I need to get just the listings because they put up the listings of all the people who are going to be performing tonight. But they have 1 group's going tonight, 1 group tomorrow night, Friday night, 1 group on Saturday, and 1 group on Sunday. The final group on Sunday, and every night it's going to be pace, and more pace. You have artists from Carriacou all over, so it's going to be pace. All right, nice.
Okay. And the venue for all 4 days or 3 days?
The Carnival City.
Carnival
It's going to be at the
City.
Carnival City
Wonderful.
each night. I'm going to get the exact time and so on. I just got a message there. Good morning, Mr. Scott. That mosquito that flying around in the studio, make sure you get a Spice Isle Plantation, all natural insect repellent. So Spice Isle Plantation have all natural insect repellent. I had to try and get that.
Sample us, boss. You know, we go do the thing for you. Let me know what's going on.
I have another brethren that is willing. He just messaged me. He's willing to share a lot of historical information as well.
Wonderful.
All right. So and
gather the information, man.
Brother man, don't get me vexed. Stop thinking about writing a book. Write the book.
Write the book, man. How small, even if it's 3 pages.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot.
Thing.
You know,
write the book.
It's something that I'm giving that advice, but I need to take that advice for myself. You know, morning, Zephyrin. I know you're doing. Yeah, I need to take that advice for myself. There's too much of things that you know firsthand that eventually nobody can speak it for me.
Yeah.
You know.
So let me just let the folks out there know tonight there'll be 31 performances.
Wow.
So I feel it'll start early. I feel it's at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 or 7 o'clock.
Knowing how they does start with prelims, when they say 7,
On
don't
time.
expect that 7:30 the first artist in sing and so. When they say 7, it means 7. If the artist is not there,
Get left.
that's it for you. Too bad. So tonight, 31 artists, they can't stick. So 31 artists tonight. They have original rhythm mix Killer B, Major Dixon. Yeah, Major Dixon
That's
is
a boy. That's a boy, man.
that's Karakou there, man.
Karakou in the house.
In fact, I'm seeing quite a few of the Karakou artists there. Killer B, Karakou, Major Dixon, Black Blingers, Karakou, Vision, Tonic X, Master J, Soca Chin and Damage, Magas Clinks, aka Drotty Youth, Randy Isaac, Papi Boy, Mario Toussaint, Valley Ned, Stunner, Papa Jerry, Brain, Triple Danger,
Triple A.
Heartless,
Hold on.
Mr. Razor, Zone 2, Leadneck, Mr. West, Fresh, Soca Ray, Spanish, Hammer, Billa and Jigsaw, Lil Carey, Blaze and Boss D. Those are the 31 artists down to perform tonight.
Wow. Triple. That's Brenda's son.
Yeah, he performing tonight.
Performing tonight.
Yeah.
Triple, you go, man.
Don't worry, Lil Carey go help him out.
Yeah. Yo, and he got some good. Yo, I gotta bring some things from him.
Yeah, you see?
I play in the food.
Triple.
Yeah, triple.
Devon in here.
Yeah.
Devon here and he ain't bring anything, eh? Right, nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, and Janet is saying that Spice Isle Plantation, they're located at the Craft Center. Yeah, the Craft Center. That's over on the Karani James Boulevard. To the bottom of the GBSS, the Grenada Boys Secondary School.
Up opposite the FedEx warehouse there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So you could check them out there and you could get your all natural insect repellent. Right? Nice. Beautiful. So folks, that's the 31 artists down for tonight. Let me run down that list again in order of appearance. That's going to be original rhythm mix, Killer B, Major Dixon, Black Blingers, Vision, Tonic X, Master J, Soca Chin and Damage, Magas Clinks, aka Drotty Youth, Randy Isaac, Papi Boy, Mario Toussaint, Valley Ned, Stunner, Papa Jerry, Brain, Triple, Danger, Heartless, Mr. Razor, Zone 2, Leadneck, Mr. West, Fresh, Soca Ray, Spanish, Hammer, Billa and Jigsaw, Lil Carey, Blaze, and Boss D. So those are the 31 artists up to bat tonight.
And watch, that's 31, eh? Sheldon, and imagine the other perhaps 100 and something that's there. I mean, look at this first list. A lot of experience there.
Well, I could.
You understand?
I'll give Friday's list one time, and we leave Saturday and Sunday and Friday's list for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because it will take up a lot of time. But the 31 for tomorrow night are. I wonder if I should say the 31 for tomorrow night. Now, go and see who they tonight, and then we'll tell you tomorrow.
We'll tell you tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow morning, we'll hit 2 lists tomorrow, please.
Yeah, because if I go and say who they tomorrow night, next thing you don't want to go tonight, because you say, well, I think tomorrow night or Saturday night or Sunday. No, go every night.
Every night we have to go.
We're going to tell you tomorrow who is going to be performing tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. But for tonight, ram the place.
Yes.
Everybody, head down to the Carnival City. Yeah? Head down to the Carnival City. Those of you that don't know where the Carnival City is, it's on the Carnage.
Right on the Carnage.
Yeah, it's on the Carnage. You know, right by...
By Pizza Hut.
If it's not after Pizza Hut, but if it's tongue people, you know where Pebbles used to be.
Yeah.
If it's tongue people.
Well, you know what Pebbles, Jed?
What do this man buy?
Jed, what you know about Pebbles, man?
Why?
Yo, my mother used to run Pebbles.
Carnage people. Tell a man about me now, man. What do that man buy?
Mr. Callis.
So next thing I'll tell me I didn't know any Phoenix cigarette factory was there too.
No, I can't tell you that. I mean, that just go there already.
Ivan, I'll take that.
Yeah, but Pebbles, man. Pebbles
you trying to tell me I don't know Pebbles?
No, I ain't saying you don't know, but you know, it's good to know that you know a good restaurant, man. Both on the Carnage and in St. George's.
I'm trying to embarrass me.
You know, Pebbles was the first place that started making Ital roti.
Depot, warn that man with me now. I ain't seen Depot for this morning yet. I ain't seen Depot showing up for the morning yet.
Depot babysitting. Depot has a little grandson have him. busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Devon, there's a message from Brenda there for you. She's saying Danger is the young boy that has been with
Oh
him.
yes, triple. There's a young guy. He's about 16 years, right? He's rolling triple, and he makes music.
Yeah,
too.
but I
He's
mean,
in it too.
but you realize the kind of name they have. Things like Danger, Heartless,
Listen to the lyrics, man.
Blaze,
and
Vision.
and most of them are very young artists.
But trying to understand this one, Magas Clinks, aka Drutty. Well, he had two names, you know. Magas Clinks, aka Drutty Youth.
They're using the opportunity for the exposure and to build themselves.
Anytime I go in and sing, I'm using my name, Sheldon. Yeah, let her get confused between the Sheldons. I ain't mind. Let her get confused. One could sing, one can't sing.
But your name go mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to see so many young soca artists coming out.
They're involved in something positive, and they need your support.
They need
Folks,
all our support, man.
head on out. Yes, there's a mixture. You have the elder, you have the middle age, and you have the youth, and they need your support. There are sort of people that walk up and down this country and talk about culture, and they love culture, and they support culture, and they love the culture, and they have all sorts of remedy, all sorts of plaster, all sorts of sore, all kind of thing for everybody.
But ask them what they do for the culture.
But when come to a carnival show, they ain't showing up.
They ain't showing up at all. They ain't contributing.
I have transportation issues, so I know I won't be there tonight. Maybe, because you never know. Sometimes a partner does call and they say, boy, I hear you do a ride, I'm coming for you. We go in. Right? So I know I may not be there tonight. I will try my best to be, but I may not be there tonight, God's willing. But I do know that come tomorrow night, once everything is sorted out, I will be there tomorrow night. And every night that I can be there, I'm going to make an effort to be there. Yeah, because, for instance, when it comes to Steel Pan this year, really interested. All the people that have been running them out and so, the Steel Pan,
Panorama this year.
Steel Bands get a subvention early and stuff.
Yep,
they organizing and things. Right? So I'm passing by and I'm hearing the Steel Bands practicing at different locations. The young people especially. And all who always speaking about young people this and young people that. I want to see their face because I will be there and I'm going earlier. I'm going to Panorama and I'm going early.
We're going to make it a date to be at Panorama.
Yeah, definitely going to Panorama.
I've not been there for years.
And I'm hoping to see all the people that has been talking left, right, and center, left, and right.
We yapping about
I'm hoping to see them there. I'm hoping to see them there. All right. Okay. Because a lot of we just talk. When come time for action, nothing doing. Run them out on people. Run them out on organization. Run them out on all sort of thing. And when the time comes to put your money where your mouth is or to put some of your time where it matters, you don't do it. So, soca tonight. Young people, they ain't outside chopping up nobody. They ain't going in nobody land and harass farmers, thieving the animals and thieving the fruits.
They performing in the culture.
They in the culture, they're trying their best to perform and to try to make it to the big stage on Fantastic Friday.
And we have to
They're trying their very best.
We have to continue to encourage them, give them our support. You know, wherever they are, what they're doing, be part of what they're doing. They depend on us, you know.
Yeah.
Right? It's only us they depend on.
So right now the preliminaries are the soca, and boy, the groovy is.
Oh well, the groovy is another thing.
And man. The soca just blew wide open because I haven't heard Boise's Soca Monarch tune yet, and that's always dangerous. That's always dangerous. Jalon, Olive, Boise, always dangerous when he with his Soca Monarch tune, and even forget the tune, the presentation as well. The brothers have come out swinging. The brothers. Looney Spark and Electrify, they have come out swinging. And I'm hearing from certain sources that Dash is to be looked at as a danger in the Soca Monarch this year as well. And there are a lot of other names that are calling as dark horses in that Soca Monarch. So the Soca Monarch is developing into a and the Groovy Monarch already. Telling you, man.
And even with the Kaiso, the Kaiso Bars tent opens at the Look Cinema this weekend. And so Scholar and all the other guys, about 18 artists will be performing, and so hey, we need to go out and support them, right? A lot of young artists again. I mean, the culture is not dead, you know. It's getting better and better, and so but they need our support in whatever way. So go out there, the Kaiso bars this weekend. You have the soca preliminaries again. You understand? Come out there and be a part of our history and culture.
Here's the nice thing. Tomorrow now, you want to head down to Carnival City, but you want to prime up. Because you see, like me, when I lime in, I don't lime one place. I lime place, move, place, move, place, move, place, move.
You're picking like you're picking food.
Right.
Eat a piece here, eat a piece
So
there.
tomorrow, after I come out from a lunch by Shortman and Yvette. Shortman and Yvette. Right. You know, that's the way I kind of telling them, hold my stuff there for me. Yeah, Shortman and Yvette, good morning. Right. Yeah, two. Just put it aside. I'll be there. Right. Nice. Yeah, me curry thing, mutton thing. Yeah. Handle me. Handle your boy. Yeah.
Shortman, a steamed fish.
Last week I ordered two of the mutton and thing and never leave with it, you know.
You eat it right there.
Boy.
So
I passed for other reasons and the aroma took me.
Yeah.
And I could not leave. I started on the first one and then I ended up with the second one, eating it one time. I couldn't leave.
So Travelers Bar, is it possible I can order a nice steamed fish, either a Cool Valley or a snapper or something?
Don't make Shortman do the fish.
No. Well, I want to know. No, I'm coming.
No,
for
I
it.
could tell you, okay.
Right. Okay. So
right,
it's ordered.
I could work as one of Shortman official agents.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I need it badly too.
And Shortman and Yvette.
And I want no small, no little 6 inches thing, eh?
Let's tell them this as well.
Right.
Shortman and Yvette. Naz ain't give me the information yet, eh? Shortman, Naz ain't give me the information yet.
Call
Naz and tell him send the information.
Call Naz.
All right.
And we don't take it from him right now. You call him. Hey, also.
Call and tell him send it to.
Also this weekend.
No, I was saying we haven't finished yet. Yeah. We come out from by Shortman. Take a look at breeder. I head into Mount Helicon.
Yeah.
Because the women's arm.
They have
the women's arm had a thing. So I come in and get my Pigfoot sauce and thing after I finish.
Idle Lambie Waters bad boy.
The world famous Felix Lambie Waters boy.
Yeah.
So
Felix.
I come in and get my Lambie Waters and my Pigfoot sauce and I'll take a drink or two. I'll go non-alcoholic for tomorrow. I'll behave it nice. So I'll take a little juice and thing in between. I'll get my little now I ain't gonna drink more. That might send the blood sugar up a little too much. But I'll eat a little something there. I'll drink a little something there. That time Prime Minister might be around, so I go knock a look at Domino's and these are the heads of government meeting right now, but I feel you'll come back in time.
Yeah, you should back on time.
If not, we have the other ministers there because they're a capable team, you know. Yeah. Even if the captain not there, the rest of the team can play. So I'm telling you, everybody gonna be there. Nice. So we gonna have that. When that finish, then we head in Carnival City tomorrow night.
Also too, in the northern parts, in Andrews, the launch, right, of upper level promotion carnival, I call it extravaganza. Yeah, right there in Gramba at Peter Bain's residence. Come out and support. Come out and see what's there in store for you for carnival. Remember, he has been kicking a storm for the last couple of years, right? In the carnival, both, locally in Grenville and on the national scene. So come out and give your support. Come out and be a part, right, of upper level promotion. They're launching tomorrow evening, right, in Grand Bras. All right, come out and support. Peter Bain and Nola, good morning, and the team.
Hey, saying good morning to the Coast Guard. Yeah, Coast Guard man.
Haynes,
yeah, morning, he back. He say he back.
I'm back.
Yeah, he back.
Good
morning to you, Haynes. Hey, Paula, good morning to you. Let me say good morning, a special good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Macville out there in California. I've said good morning to them for quite a while. I know just last week was Mr. Hudson Macville's birthday as well, you know. So a belated happy birthday to you, sir. And we do hope that you have had a fabulous one. We giving you this last month and this month. Yeah, because you're a nice gentleman. So we're giving you last month and this month. And if you look sharp, we're giving you August too. Yeah. So good morning to Mrs. Maureen Macville and Mr. Hudson Macville. I do hope you both are having an absolutely fabulous day today. Also, my good partner Sean up there in Monjaloo. Good morning to you and good morning to your mom. I know she is listening this morning. That radio doesn't change from Hard Talk. She doesn't matter go and touch the radio. Radio just automatically dial to Hard Talk, you know. And then people always mistaken Sean for me and me for Sean. So there's mistake two of us.
Sean is about my man.
He does barbecue.
Oh, that's the barbecue man right there.
Up in Monjalude.
Up in Monjalude.
So people does mistake me for he and he for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sean.
I heard a lot about him. The young guys in the home always go by him.
Yeah, man.
He's like a little role model to them.
Nice. That's
you know,
good. Sean, you hear that? You're doing
they
thing.
listen to them. They always talk about him.
Yeah, he's a very positive young fella.
That's
so
good.
Sean, morning to you, morning to your mom,
Yep.
morning to you, Miss Bernice, because you know Miss Bernice listening. Miss
Definitely.
Bernice must be listening. Mommy George,
Miss
good
Jacob,
morning to
good
you.
morning.
Yeah, well, yeah, Miss
Yes.
Jacob listening.
Auntie Ruth.
Nenny, good morning. Yeah, you know if I don't say Nenny morning, Nenny calling and call it. Karaku, yeah. And Pity Martinique, Sherman, Mammy Jane, and the Rocher family, the Williams family.
And
all of you.
Our friend in Caracou always forgetting his
Maxan,
name.
good morning to you, and good morning to your mom and dad. Know that they're listening as well. Yeah, and watch, we have listeners in Union Island and so on, and it does kind of upset Bakeway and so on. That's kind of upset when we don't call them. So all of you in the Grenadine Islands,
Tobago.
good morning to you.
Tobago, Trinidad, good morning. Hey, a special good morning to a very good friend, a mother, a family woman, Miss Gemma Budd out there in Victoria. Good morning to you. I know you are not feeling, that well. You're under the weather. Good morning. Special good morning to you. And may the Lord have, bless you and guide you and protect you. All right?
Indeed.
Special good morning from the Hard Talk family.
Let's also remind individuals that on Saturday, the Ducks Challenge Trophy.
Yes.
Yeah, who is it going to be? It's going to be taking place at the Victoria Park, and that's South St. George going up against St. Andrew Southeast and St. John. They're going to have it out, and that's going to be taking place at the Victoria Park in Grenville from 1 p.m. this Saturday, July the 7th. This Saturday, July the 7th. At the Victoria Park in Grenville. I think somebody trying to call out. Let's see what they want to say.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, boss.
Mr. Scott, good morning, sir.
Jacket man.
Jacket man himself.
Yes, boy, I go call you later. I'm glad I get organized.
Right.
Right,
But
so.
that is what I called to know.
Right. No, I got you. Just yesterday I was talking about you.
You remember my number?
Yes, man, I have it. Hey, man.
Okay. Keep good.
Yes, man. Hold
right.
it down.
Bye.
Yeah, Jacket man.
Let me say a special good morning to you, Jacket man.
Yeah.
To Monrepo up there in St. David, who doesn't call again. Monrepo. Nice. Good morning to you. Good morning as well to good morning to everybody. Yeah?
And
Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank, everybody.
Yeah.
Martin and Miss Martin and the wife.
Good morning, you and the wife.
Yeah, morning to both of you. Yeah, Martin. Morning. Telling everybody morning this morning.
Everybody, the entire. Hey, good morning to all the vendors in the market and so in St. George's, in Grenville, and Theatre, and Miss Clark and all the other ladies right around there. Good morning to all of you. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning to Cami. Good morning.
Cami, good morning.
Hello. Well, good morning to Cami. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Devon.
Good morning, Cami.
And Mr. Scott, Sheldon Scott. Good morning.
Morning, my love.
Morning to Grenadian, home and abroad. Special good morning to Patricia and her husband, Arthur Campbell, and his mom, Mr. Watson, Dingo, and the Fadine, and the Frasers, the Chase, the Cox in New York. Good morning to everybody. All my friends in England, yes. You know something I want to say before my credit finish. I listened to a Grenadian mother this morning with so much I hate in my heart, speaking about the Prime Minister's son. She wanted to make this free get a job in the Ministry of Finance. That young boy, that young man used to work there, you know. I wanted to know this man, she listening, and I know she listening. He used to work in the Ministry of Finance at the time I was the caretaker there, and the child went on study. And she advising Grenadian young people to get a passport and run away from Grenada. So I don't know what is the problem. I would advise, if I was her, as a mother, to have children and grandchildren, to encourage young people in Grenada to go and study so they could qualify to get a job in any department, any business place in Grenada. But you're encouraging them to get a passport and run. When you look at the news on BBC, Ghana news, all the channels in America. Donald Trump want to get rid of people coming in America. You want Grenadians run. Because of the bitterness of Mr. Mitchell. So it is that alone to show Grenadians. If it's somebody else's child, you should proud to see a young man qualified to hold a good job in the Ministry of Finance. So it was the other way around. It was one of the colleagues said, she would not say that. But it's because that's my way I think it. Because it's Kit Michel's son, she called in the man. She called in the man to ask him if it's true. And she heard it on the news. So I want her to stop this thing. And you must be happy for every young person that get a good job. And if they qualify. Stop this bitterness. And that is a lady that is a born-again Christian. A born-again Christian. You have to be a good role model in this world for people to follow. But you have a bitterness because it's the child's son. So it was Kami's son. He could have been my son. He could have been your own Devon.
Yeah.
So we have to stop this thing. The child is qualified for the job. And we have other Grenadian children that is qualified to get jobs. And she must stop that. You must stop that to the believer in Christ to say that we are not going to church. Have a good morning.
All right, Carrie. Have a good morning.
What I can say is this. I know that a question was posed at the post-cabinet press briefing on Tuesday. No response was given to that question. I do not know if it is true or not. Yes, so I can't go and say, well, this is the case and so on. What I can say that I know did happen is that there was an individual who, Devon, his brother-in-law?
Yes.
Mr. Seeley, a non-Grenadian, he's out of Barbados. And no, he's not like me. His mother and father was not born here. Yeah? And he just happened to be born in another country. No, he's not like me. Yeah? And I'm not preaching xenophobia here, but I'm saying that these people are hypocrites because they have one model for themselves and another model for another group of people. But while civil servants were receiving no pay increases during the period 2008 to 2013, while they received no benefits, while only when they were being booted out of office, in desperation, they decided to sign agreements for $40 million in payments to public workers that the new National Party had to find and pay the public workers, with them cussing and saying, find the money, find the money, find the money, when they couldn't even pay salaries. They hired a Mr. Seeley from Barbados, who I wonder if he's the brother of the wife of the then Minister of Finance. He wasn't, Neighbor String wasn't buried here. He wasn't born here. Yeah? If that's the case with Dr. Mitchell's son is a born and qualified Grenadian. But they wouldn't talk about Mr. Seeley, who was getting how much? $1,000 a month, US. And who had gratuity when we now have to be fighting to pay gratuity to workers between 1983 and 1985. Mr. Seeley got gratuity.
Long time.
Why they didn't talk about that? Mr. Seeley got gratuity. Ask the people within the public service right now if they have anything about gratuity and all kind of thing. But Mr. Seeley was brought in, economic advisor.
Yeah, some position in the
concessions, all kind of fringe benefits that the average worker was not getting. They ain't gonna talk about that. Who was the Minister of Finance at the point in time when that was done? Nazim Victor Burke. Sue me. Sue me.
But then again, Sheldon, that
is Mr. Seeley your wife's brother? Is he a Barbadian national, and was he brought in as the economic advisor to the NDC government during your period of time as Minister of Finance? Was he brought in to the Ministry of Finance or the department that you were in charge of as Minister of Finance? Answer that. All you want to talk? We could talk. Let me talk. Let me start that conversation. because there's a long list of others.
That is not a conversation that they want to.
No. If they want to joke that one, we could joke that one. There's a long list of others that we could go down. Let public workers know the benefits you were giving to family members when they received not a cent. This NNP made sure and paid the 40 million and still came back and gave over 100 million in other benefits and continues to work along with them. It was announced on Sunday that the gratuity payments to workers between 1983 and 1985 that some of them thought they would never see will be paid at the end of this month. But they don't want you to talk about that. They want you to go and talk about other things. Eh? That's what they want you to talk about. They want you to hold their conversation. Devon? No, Mina. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I don't self-pay homage to them and these things because they're a bunch of hypocrites. And so, hey, it's raining, pouring in Grenville. I was told, yeah, by Brenda. And I want to say a special good morning to the maintenance crew on the Nations Road, doing all the maintenance and so ensuring that the Nations Road is kept abreast and so right around the island. Good morning to all of you doing an excellent job, and especially to those of you operating in the Southwest St. Andrews area, yeah, Harford Village. Good morning, Miss Yulambi in Horsford.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sorry, I call back. I'm going to funeral today, so I want my customers to know the I'm going to Georgie. That's one of the neighbor.
DJ Santis.
In town, now living in town. Santis. So I want them to know they're listening and they pass and they don't see me. I'm going to funeral, but I will come back a little later.
Okay.
Right?
All right, my dear.
So I hope that I just wanted to know.
No
If
problem.
you see me, I'm going to funeral.
Okay.
Georgie buried, we put him to rest today.
Okay.
And the next thing before I go, Mr. Scott, you have Grenadians, Caribbeans all over the world, all part of the world now working. So they must know that and stop this kind of thing. We're living in a small world. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they must stop it. Grenadians are all over the world. Germany, Russia, my son in South Korea. South Korea. And I want in Germany, in the army. Grenadians are all over the world. So they must stop this thing and try and live good. Let's try and live good with one another.
Indeed, my
Right?
dear. All right.
Have a good day.
All right, Carrie,
thanks.
take care.
Yeah, Grenadians. All about me, I'm bothering with that. But what I'm saying is, take the beam out of your own eye. Let me don't start that conversation because that conversation could get kind of different.
You get sticky.
That conversation could get very kind of different. Yeah, if you want to go down that road, let me go down that road. Let's tell the public workers what you were doing with family members and so on while they were languishing. Yeah, while they were languishing, not a paying grease. Yeah. But anyway, let me big up somebody. Let's big up Damian Daniel.
Yes.
The man we showed yesterday with the muscle all on the teeth.
The muscle man.
That man airs and all. The man does flexi airs muscle. I hear the man give a pose at time and he turns side. You know he ball it. So he turn his head at the side. And the man flexi airs and all, you know. The man show here. But the man does exercise the airs and all.
He's a very dedicated sportsman.
Yeah, man. I think we have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll be very brief.
No problem.
You know, they say the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Mm-hmm.
If he did a good job here, they go hire him in his own country. Let me see what Maya would do. What Maya
Mia?
Mockley?
Mia?
Mockley?
Yeah.
Let's see
Mia
what she
Amo
would do.
Mockley.
Have a good day.
Right, my dear. Christ, man, I don't know if it won't hire him over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll say this. What? Rain is pouring in Grenville? Not
Yeah.
down here hot.
Grenville is-
What I'd say is this. Oh, before we go further, let me say, Damian Daniel, folks, remember, if you want to contact him, you might be able to contact. You can find him on Facebook as Damian Daniel, or you could get in touch with me and let's get in contact with him. He's a member of the Royal Grenada Police Force. He's going out there undefeated for the past few years in the heavyweight division bodybuilding, representing Grenada, the 473, taking it out there and representing us. He ain't representing himself alone, he's representing us. Right, and he needs the assistance. He'll be heading to Mexico between the 27th to the 29th of July. So it might have some of you out there who have access to supplements, and so you can't just send. You could find out from him what supplements, because supplements are very expensive, not steroids. Supplements, right? We don't use steroids. We ain't doing that, right? Supplements. And also you may be able to assist him with things like groceries, and so as I said, He has to eat every few hours to maintain a specific body weight, a specific body fat ratio. He has to maintain a specific thing. So outside of the training, he has to constantly be eating, and especially as the competition gets closer, he has to wake up in the night and eat and that kind of thing to keep a specific body weight. And so give us a message me, call, whatever. Get in contact with Damien. I tell you, the man could flex his ears and watch. All you go doubt me. All you go see, he surely he ears muscle one of these days.
I'm seeing advisory there from Nazim.
Let me see the advisory from Nazim. Which one are the Nazim?
Our Nazim.
Nah, well, when I get that from we official sources, I go to it. I ain't taking that from nobody but the official sources in Grenada. We have said on this program before, there's one official source. So we ain't going to do that. Nice? Nice. If you want to put that there, put that there. I will take it from the official source. We have a caller online.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Devon.
Morning.
Good morning, my
Good
friend.
morning, Sheldon. Good morning.
Morning.
Sheldon, I remember Sheldon, I just sang a song. You hate what you like. Alright? And I remember when NDC was in government, you have one Nazimbok brother-in-law was working in one of the ministry, getting high pay, a high pay salary. Alright? A Bajana, now you have a Grenadian who's qualified for a job. They see it as a problem. Alright? They see it as a problem. No, so now what is good for them is the same thing that they did something where they employ somebody, a foreigner, right? It's good for them. But a young man is qualified to do a job, right? A Grenadian, and that is a problem for them, right? I want to say this, Brother Sheldon.
But the thing is, we're having a conversation about something that has not been confirmed. We don't even know if that's the case because
that is it.
when it comes from NDC quarters,
Exactly.
And many times different things have proven to be false. I don't know if it is true, if it is false.
Yeah.
But what I could say is that if the NDC as an organization is willing to raise that particular issue, they are a bunch of hypocrites. Because if they couldn't tell their political leader when he was Ministry of Finance.
There's a question. I hear a young lady ask the question to Mr. Boy, and Mr. Boy never answered the question. So that's opens you don't be sure or true. But they're making an issue of it. Right? One thing I have to say concerning the CCJ, Brother Sheldon, and Devon. See, the CCJ, it gives poor people easier access for them to attend case. Because they don't even have to go. They could stay in Grenada, and the judges and them could solve the problem in whatever country that person that case had to be. If you have to travel, because when you have a case to the Privy Council, how are we going to reach jail? We just have to call the judge. We even have the finance to reach jail. Right? So it just make it difficult and hard for ordinary person to go to the Privy Council. But now you have easier access, less cost for someone to get a fair judgment. Some people see the problem. Right? And what NMP is doing, make it easier for people to get a final judgment, where they will feel comfortable and satisfied. Right? Because see, in England is just a case based on the culture. And if something happens in the Caribbean, right, and you take a case to the Privy Council based on England laws, that person could be set free. So you have to look at the different culture. I believe the best and the right thing to do is for we to have our own code. Have our own code with the CCJ, and I think it's better for we, and we feel happy to have our own code in the Caribbean and not the Privy Council. All right, but Devon, Sheldon, you all have one. God bless you.
All right, my friend.
All right,
have
thank
a wonderful day.
All right, yes, indeed. 4407377, which is the first time I think we're saying the number for the program.
347-329-3101.
Want a piece of dash, boy?
Yeah.
All you find a bass or dash now? What?
It's that time again for partying. Start the thing to give me the leeway. Back and I'll start on the freeway. I'm feeling as if it's my B-day. Let me unwrap the vibes and come alive. Because we get steady, and no pain, no flame. But the people demonstrate.
Yes, indeed. Coming out to defend his groovy monarch crown. Yeah, to say he want to move to Form 3. Right now he on Form 2. He want to move to Form 3. Yeah.
I mean, around the time, this is exam time. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to go up to Form 3, yeah.
So come and grant us no favors. We money there, and all on a holiday. We bumping like it's a normal day. If you can keep up, then favor.
I just the hypocrisy is so obvious in these issues, huh? Just like you're looking at people that have done worse than they're accusing you of. It's just like, I mean,
they're looking for issues to just continue to talk, to make conversation. You know, it's a pity.
And they just jump on the thing unconfirmed, and then you have some kind of nincompoop running on radio and talking about, get your passport and leave, get your passport and leave. What kind of Grenadian loves their country and come and talk that kind of nonsense to the young people? Yeah? Instead of you say, okay, the government just announced $2 million on Sunday at the General Council meeting. The Prime Minister did announce that funds are being made available for small business development, $2 million for small business development here in Grenada. Instead of you encourage some young people to become employers instead of employees and to stay and build their country and them run off just because you don't like Keith Mitchell. And that's the bottom line, eh? The main thing that join them together is they don't like Keith Mitchell.
And when they tell people to run away, who's supporting all their business? Yeah. Who have food place, who on the radio station and all that. Who's supporting all you? When all they want all the Grenadians to leave and run and go. I mean, that's pathetic.
Devon, some of them don't care because they nest feather already. Yeah. So they don't care. So they mean if
feather used to pluck, you know.
They have enough money. Yeah. So they don't care. They nest feather. So they ain't even studying them, you know. But the other little business people like the Kami, that a person might go and they go buy a little bottle of water, they go buy a little malt, they go buy a little Monster, they might come, they go see a little tambran ball or something, and they want to carry for a relative that going back, or they will come and buy a little something for them to go out or this kind of thing. The same kind of people like the Camis and so on, or where they might go by Helen Marie and they might say, well, I want to sew this outfit, or a Dali and say, I want to sew this outfit or so, or decide to play mass. They ain't go there. What they want is these people go, and then everybody go turn on the government and feel they go get rid of Dr. Mitchell. And that's what they just hate him. So any possible thing they can think about, any scenario that in their psychosis they can come up with.
Hatred is a disease, you know.
Yeah, it's a serious disease.
A serious disease, you know.
A lot of and you see, I keep saying there's a term in psychology called cognitive dissonance, and the NDC suffers from it. They say one thing, but they do totally different to what they say. What they say, their words and their actions don't resonate together.
Yeah, I know that about them.
So it's like, you know, every time they say this is wrong, but they're doing even more than what they're saying is wrong. There's a cognitive dissonance that resonates within the bowels of that organization's hierarchy. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, there's cognitive dissonance that resonates within the bowels of the hierarchy of that organization. Because they say one thing but do a different one.
You know what's interesting again with them? Something I picked up last couple of days. You know, they are preparing, a group of them within that organization is preparing to basically tell Grenadians not to vote in the referendum of the CCJ. They have started already in their own way to discourage Grenadians instead of educating and continue to educate Grenadians about the importance of it, right? And so they are gearing up to basically tell Grenadians and so, right, not to support the CCJ, right?
But again, cognitive dissonance because they have stated openly that they support the Caribbean Court of Justice. If you support the Caribbean Court of Justice, but you're telling people do not support it or vote against it or make it a totally political issue, again, cognitive dissonance. Your words and your actions do not match. There is a difference between your words and your actions. If you're saying you support it, then you're supposed to ask people to support it and go out and vote yes.
Exactly.
Because it is something that's good. You're not going to look at it and say, well, that's going to make Dr. Mitchell look good or that's going to make the NNP look good or whatever. You tried that with the last thing that we had, the last constitutional reform process, and what happened to you? You still lose 15-0. So you go, I can do the same thing the same way again? No. Look past the politics and see what is best for the country. And if you believe, as you have said, and I have your people on tape, several of them, including your present acting political leader and your ex-political leaders, saying that the CCJ is something that is good. So what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem in supporting it?
Why not support it? Because it might be the same CCJ that had to save them.
Yeah.
Might be the same CCJ. Because these individuals may find a situation where they want to contact, they want to challenge something in court or so on. And I'm pretty sure that that organization had the funds to go to the Privy Council. You could go to the CCJ, as different parties did, you know.
And so hey, you know what, man? We have to ensure that the road to the CCJ is paved with information and education to educate our people. Let them know that the decision that they are making is the right one. It will benefit them not just now, but in years to come. Right? We have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, but again, Devon, the CCJ is one thing, but what goes through a person's mind instead of telling a youth, stay in Grenada, make a contribution to your own country, you're telling a young person, go and build up another person's country? What happened? Trump sent you?
Yeah, you look so.
I feel Trump sent you.
Yeah. Imagine that. I mean,
because there's only certain categories of people Trump trying to get rid of, and others they ain't touching them at all.
Young, vibrant people who can contribute, who are educated, contribute to the continued development of our country. You continue to advise them to take care, get their passport and get out of Grenada. I mean, do you have children too? Are you encouraging your children to do that? I mean, come on. It's just disgusting as to when you listen to some of them. They make no sense. They preach hatred and vengeance against what? A political organization and its leader.
What, and this is why we've constantly been saying, and you've been hearing it from the Ministry of Education, you've been hearing it from the ministers, you've been hearing it from different quarters. That shift has to take place in how we turn out our youth out of our school system. Because as it is, we've been put in a system where we are sending out students. We're training them. But everything from, and I saw a thing on that recently, and it's true. We've been taught from infants, from preschool into infants, coming right through to university level. It sort of breaks out a bit at university, but it's still there. We've been trained to teach our children in a specific way for specific jobs. In other words, factory workers. So the way that the long-time factories used to be organized, that you have the seats, that's the same way we organize our schools, because we're creating a mentality that these people to be part of that unit, part of that factory, just another cog in the wheel, just another worker within the wheel system. So the same way that they have all of the chairs lined up in the old school factories back in the 1800s and so, it's the same way if you look at our schools in 2018, the world over, that we have, except for countries like Norway and so advanced, it's the same way that we situate our children in school, because in some instances we're just preparing them to be factory workers and that sort of thing, and not the people that own the factories, not the people that create the technology that goes into the factories. There has to be a serious change in how we operate. And if you listened on Sunday, when Ms. Pamela Moses mentioned it as well, and Prime Minister, I believe, mentioned it, training, that important aspect. It's no longer just go do maths, do English and everything and just become a cog in the wheel, and then the time comes and you have to graduate them and you just send them out into the world. Trinidad was doing that, you know. At a point in time, it was impossible to get kept back in the Trinidad school system. Once you pass common entrance, 5 years from then you was graduating.
Up and about.
But they didn't care if you could read. They didn't care if you could do basic mathematics. They did not care. I could tell you I was in that school system. So it had nothing like you're going and you might repeat Form 5. If you was a brilliant student and they find you had a problem at that point in time and you couldn't but Forms 1 through to Form 5, you will speed. Every year they just send you up. That one can't read good, that one can't. Look what happened to Trinidad. You end up with a lot of them right now who out on the streets and different things, giving a lot of trouble. And it's because these individuals could not read, could not write properly, and basically found themselves, that's if they even finish. Some of them stay and they finish, so they get a certificate from school A or school B saying this person completed a course of study there or so. But ask them about the course of study that they complete. If we continue with that sort of system, that creation of just the factory workers, you look at countries like Japan and the Asian countries and so, and you look at their systems of education, And then you realize why technologies are being created in these places. Because people are not being told that, where you want to be? I want to be a bank worker. Because 10, 15 years from now, there will be no tellers in the bank. I'm telling you, there'll be nobody that you go in a line and stand up to in the bank within 10 to 15 years. Remember, I said it in 2018. Right now, all the banks making you stand up in the line long. They know lunchtime, everybody coming out and they going in the bank. They want to frustrate you. They're sending the staff on lunch at that point in time.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
All banks are doing it. It's not disgusting, you know. It's technical. They're doing that because they want to frustrate you to the point where you only do electronic banking. Because the cost is less to them. They don't have to deal with no unions for no tellers. They don't have to deal with no because as it is right now, the person who cash in and doing the telling, so the cashiers, these individuals, they have to pay them, and plus they have to deal with unions with them if they try to get rid of them, and all these other things they have to deal with. If they make it totally electronic, they could keep more money, because the $2,000 or $3,000 they might be paying each of them, or 1,000 something might be paying each of them. They're saving that money, you know, because they're just paying for electricity for the electronic form. So that's what they are attempting to do. The banks will never come out and say that, but they are attempting to reduce their staff and go more into technology. And as such, we cannot continue just turning out people from our secondary and tertiary institutions regionally, not just here in Grenada. It's not a Grenada thing. This is a regional thing. We cannot continue just turning out children from our secondary school and tertiary school institutions with the mentality of, I go in and be a teller in a bank, or a teacher in the present tense. Because I'll tell you that I've been to schools in the US where, yeah, you have one teacher, but that teacher might be teaching as much as 300 children, and they're virtually there. In other words, they have a screen up and they're teaching a class while they're in one university. They're teaching children in about 3 other universities or 3 other schools on a specific topic. And they're interacting with them using technology. So each child has like the screen in front of them, and so I've seen a language lab where they were doing exams in languages at that point in time, and about 3 different languages, but each child had on their headphone and they had their computer in front of them, and the questions would be asked in whether it was German, I think it was German, Japanese and Spanish in that particular school. And they were doing their classes and so on, everybody in the same room at the same time, but each person was doing a different language. And so the technology is coming more and more into the workplace. So when it's the banking sector, yeah, you're going to see in years to come that you don't have these people cashing again. It's going to happen. So prepare for it. You're going to use your cell phone and transact nearly every business. You're going to go in the supermarket. You're going to pass along, and when you reach to the cashier, if they still have a cashier there, when you reach to the checkout counter, you're going to put everything on the counter. It's going to pass through, and you're going to just pass your cell phone over, and it's going to pay for it. That's where it's going to come to. You might still have the baggers if they don't create a machine to bag everything. You might still have the baggers, but you wouldn't end up with cashiers in supermarkets again. No, this is the way that the world is going. This is the way that the world is going. That's what is going to happen. And as such, within our own countries, we have to start the process, which is what Honorable Pamela Moses was speaking about, of re-educating our workforce and shifting the way that we deal with education more and more. Why cannot Grenada be the #1 country in the region when it comes to creating technology? Why can't a Grenadian young person be the one who creates the first virtual supermarket? In other words, you go to the supermarket, or even you don't even go to the supermarket. You stay at home, you turn on your computer or your phone, you send your list of groceries to it, yeah? And you pay using your cell phone as well, you pay, and it's delivered to you. So you don't have to leave home and go to the supermarket. We are a little island, 133 square miles. That ain't too hard to do. Because then what you're going to do? You're going to just need the people to pack it and so on. Because you really want a machine. Actually, machine make mistake and send Apple instead of pear and all kind of craziness for you. But we have to go more into the technology. But in the same way that the UK is doing it, they are retraining their workforce now from different jobs that they know are going to be eliminated in the future to the people that create the technology, the software. So the software that does it, the program that you have or your application that you have on your phone or your computer or at the point of sale, They are the ones that are training their people to be the ones that create that. But additionally, the machines, they are setting up themselves as the one to create the machines, build the machines, and manufacture the machines that are going to be used. But they ain't stop there. Then they train the people to be the ones that fix it. So they have some that doing the software, the program, the app that you have on the phone, the computer, the whatever. The machines, the computers, the robots, the whatever that being used, and then the people to repair it. So they're trying to cover 3 categories of what they know is going to be needed in the future. Meanwhile, we still have a mentality that a government had to give you a job and you come out from school and you just go and you get a government job, or you go and you work in a bank, or you just run. And we have some very intelligent young people who would be very, very, very welcome into the Royal Grenada Police Force. Yeah? But you know what would be even better? If some of those people went out first and get a degree in computer technology, so that when they come back into the Royal Grenada Police Force, we could have the #1 cyber unit in the Caribbean, or maybe even the world. Or they go and they get a degree in forensics and then come back and join the Royal Grenada Police Force. We have to think outside of the box. It can't just be you come out and you're looking for a job. Create jobs.
Good morning to all the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Over the Royal Grenada Police Force, as usual around this time, has been trying to send out as much information to the general public as to the rules and regulations of the carnival, the no parking areas, and so the tidbits and so to help protect yourself, right, to guard against robbery and all these type of things. Please, they have been giving out bulletins and so, right, every time. Please, as homeowners, families, mothers, fathers, pay attention to all these tips and warnings and so coming from the Royal Grenada Police Force, right? It's very important. You need to know where you can, what you can do, where you can park. The regulations will be enforced, right? So, hey, especially you drivers, and so out there, be careful on the nation's road, and try your best, right? Look out for another driver, right? You driving, but drive for you and the other driver. Pay attention. Right, be attentive on the road and so, and pedestrian, right? It's a carnival season. A lot of you, may be intoxicated with some form of liquor. So be careful on how you peruse the nation's road, right? Remember, there's vehicles driving. Pay attention, right? And do not drink and drive. Most importantly.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Scott. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
I
morning.
can tell you what, Devon, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, my dear.
Mr. Scott, I support what you said 100%. I'm speaking from experience. I came from England, and when I was there, I went to visit my family. My daughter took me to shopping, and she was in the supermarket. When they finished, when they cash her, she took her phone, and she just passed it over the machine, and they took the money from her phone. So if we, the Grenadian children don't equip themselves in technology, they will miss the boat. As far as I'm concerned, and if they get left behind, people from overseas come in and take the job because they become incapable of doing the job. So they better equip themselves rightly. They have to be efficient, because I was there as well, and I see one person going for a job, and you have 100 people to be interviewed before that one person get a job. And in the end, it comes to whatever it is, they're not getting that job. They're giving who they want. So we say Grenadian children is in trouble. If they don't go out and make themselves self-sufficient, they will be in trouble, and they're going to lose out everything. So go ahead, do your work, become computer literate, and carry on and do your work. And you'll see you're going to benefit as a child of Grenada. Stand up and be proud. Take advantage of what the Prime Minister is doing. Otherwise, your children will get left behind. So, Mr. Scott, have a nice day. Have a beautiful day.
Right,
Devon, good morning. Have a blessed day, too.
Okay, my dear.
Mr. Scott, bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
You see, one of my problems is this, that we are prepping generations. And when I say we, I'm speaking to everybody. Don't come and say government. You as parents, too. And we as communities are prepping our children simply to be consumers. Yes, so everybody wants a Samsung S8 or S9. I don't know which one they are right now. Everybody wants an iPhone. Yeah? everybody want the latest Nike sneakers. Everybody want the latest in this and that and the other. We are consumers. Instead of looking and saying people like the Jessamy girl there, Jessie and Jessamy, who does her own local design. And any of you coming here for the carnival, check out Veronica's Visions. Check out Veronica's Visions. She creates material. Even if you want curtains and so for your home with nutmeg designs, local designs, breadfruit, nutmeg, them kind of thing, designs on it. Whatever colors, you check her and she can do it for you. But she's a local. She's creating that. But some of us, we prefer to run in town and get the material that's made in Malaysia. When is a person that's doing it here? Yeah? So instead of becoming consumers among ourselves, we are spending a lot of money outside. Yeah? They were talking about the mangoes and so yesterday. Yes, you have to get the price of electricity and so down, but that doesn't stop somebody from taking mangoes and making the same red mango and thing that we bringing in by the boatload from Trinidad and so.
Make it better. Yeah.
But it will be better because Grenadian.
You know, we have what it takes. Fresh and everything. You straight from the tree right into, I mean, you do what needs to be done. I mean, look, we have so many opportunities, but we got to be more innovative. We got to encourage ourselves.
The mentality has to change. I know a young guy by the name of Marcus from up in, it's up in Pedmata area there, up there. And I know him from school. The guy used to be with a little weed eater, going and cut a little yard and that kind of thing. And he was able to start his own landscaping business from a teenager. While he going to school evening, he come home, he go in and cut somebody yard and so it's a little weed eater and so until he started his own landscaping business. And there are many other young people that I know of personally that have started their own business and are very successful right now. There's one, I will leave him alone because if I go and call my partner name, they know he go say, oh gosh, boy, oh gosh, Scotty. But there are many young people that started their own business and have now created employment for other. They didn't leave school and decide, I just go in and work for this person and or I go in and look for a work here, I go in and look for a work in Hubbards, or I go and look for a work in Huggins. They started their own business.
I could testify with a young guy, that same triple, right, that is singing there. He basically, he has his own business now, a young guy, what, 23, 24, and so he started off in SARS, went to Tam CC and did refrigeration and air condition and that sort of thing. And gradually, he just started doing little job. Now he has his own business servicing some of the hotels, electric stove and all these type of things, air conditions and so. And I mean, these are the things that we want to encourage our young people to get involved in. Educate yourself properly. We have the institutions right here in Grenada that could set a stage for you, right? And then you take it from there, right? Be your own boss. There is room, right, for all these little, from plumbing to electrical and everything like that. Too much. I mean, so much to be done, but we must not sit down and say, oh, wait on government to do this and go. No, you must take responsibility for your own development.
But you see, there's the other aspect of this, and I think that recently a meeting was held with some of the financial institutions and this is one of the issues that came up. There's a serious problem, serious problem when it comes to providing financing for young West Indian folks. I'm being very specific. When it comes to providing funding for us, some other people does not have a problem by some of the financial institutions, and I'm not speaking about the credit unions here, because some of the commercial banks wonder why they're losing business and the credit unions gaining business.
They're going out of business. Right now.
Some of the banks wondering why. Some of them want to go, but they don't know how to go. I'm not talking about cooperative bank here. I'm taking cooperative bank and put them aside. We're not talking about put the penny bank aside.
There is
a
special breeder bank.
But there are other banks that want to leave and they don't know how to leave. They don't know how to take their foot out and go. But they are not financing small business in the Caribbean region. Like it's a mentality among them. So whether it's Trinidad or Barbados, whether it's Grenada or St. Vincent, whether it's Jamaica or St. Lucia, they are not financing small business within the region,
They
which
taking
is
their money
where,
and go.
yeah, which is where the credit unions now have had to step up and start providing the funding to young people. And the thing is, sometimes the young people go, they have the wonderful, brilliant ideas. We know Apple Computer and things started up in somebody Microsoft started up in a garage.
Yeah, right in a garage.
He's the richest man, one of the richest men on earth. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Started up in a garage. Drop out of school and he started off this thing because he liked computers. He started off in a garage. Look where he is right now. Probably somewhere sailing around Grenada. He like down
Top
here.
of the world, yeah. He love Grenada. Twice, three
Yeah.
times for the year he's down here.
Multi-billionaire. One of the richest men on the planet start his business in a garage. Yeah? Meanwhile, a young person that may have a sound business plan, a good idea, they approach one of the commercial banks for some sort of financial assistance to start that. The banks refuse to give them the money. They wouldn't take a chance on them.
Everything is right. They have everything in place.
Yeah, they ain't taking a chance.
We need to have a security and this and that. And you want $20,000. They're telling you had to deposit $20,000 in the bank to get that $20,000. That don't make no sense. I mean, that's you understand? No encouragement, no room for our young people, right? To move. You just have them stick right. There's so much ideas our young people have, and so to generate their own employment and everything. But hey, some of the financial institutions are not supporting. But thank God we have seen a swing by some of our credit unions, right? The cooperative bank, and so to assist especially our young people.
That's why I keep
right?
taking cooperative bank out,
Yeah.
I keep taking, but I'm not taking the others out. I
you can't.
love my friends that work at them, but I'm not taking all out because
Can't take them out.
I know that what is being done in Grenada is not being directed. The policy is not being put in place by Grenada.
Foreign.
I know it's not you all at the different banks here. I know that policy is being put in place from sometimes Europe, from sometimes North America. Sometimes a little south down in Trinidad. I know that those policies are being put in place by them. But the access to financing for the average young person with a wonderful business idea is not there. That's why government is putting more and more money into small business development. Yeah? But you have to have young people that understand that is the direction to go, not to go and send out 20. I see some people send out as much 20 applications, 30 applications. But here's the problem. One, there are other problems as well in the one. Many of them do not know how to write an application letter.
Yeah, definitely.
They do not know how to write an application letter. They do not know how to write a CV. It happens. There are many, many young persons out there that don't know how to do it. They don't know how to write an application letter. They don't know how to write a CV. When they do send out letters and they are called in, some of them do not know how to dress to go to an interview.
That is key.
They do not know how to dress to go to an interview.
And speak.
And
properly.
They don't know how to operate when they walk into an interview room. You have people that just come, some fellas put on a jeans pants, he hanging below the bam, the boxers exposed, and they walk into the room, and they don't ask a question, they just come and they plunk down in a chair, and they sit down and they lean back. And they're waiting for you to ask them a question. You didn't say good morning, they didn't say nothing yet, you didn't tell them sit down. I saw them walking like they're more busy than you. Money.
As if them is the employer.
I don't understand. They walk into the room for an interview and money. So you wonder, like if you tell them you hurry or something, you walk in, you think. I mean, simple things like that. No, not everybody has clothes that they could dress up. But even if you see a person makes an attempt to look neat, it's not everybody. There's some guys, the clothes that they come is one of the only set of clothes that they have. And you might be able to understand that. But I could also understand something. You had a Bora thing too. Bora, shirt. We didn't say you had to come in jacket and tie. But there has to be a certain approach when you're seeking employment. You have to impress people. And if you don't, if your first impression is not a good one, you're going to lose out.
And then another thing again, that definitely haunts some of our young persons seeking jobs and so in different private places and so. The whole question of social media, right? The amount of information that you put out on social media personal information, the way how you conduct yourself on social media. The world is watching, right? Your potential employer is watching at you, because I mean, these businesses and them right now, they have persons paid to look into your entire background, to look and see what you're doing on social media, how you're conducting yourself, and so on. Some of us, we qualified, but we wonder why we're not getting the job that we want.
Well, that's the other thing. You could have a master's degree and apply for a job and not get the job, and it's not based on your qualification, it's based on your attitude.
Exactly.
Some people, I look for work here, I don't get, I look for work there, and I have a degree. Yeah. But that doesn't mean because you have the degree that you're qualified. Sometimes your attitude.
And how you carry along yourself.
You went to the interview all how. You gave the people the impression that if they hire you, they're bringing trouble into the place.
Yep.
So they would not hire you.
Yep.
Listen, because I know many of you are listening right now who have children that just graduate and who thinking now to go and look for a job and writing applications left, right, and center and so on. Go in there and you're looking proper.
Morning, Mr. Richard Duncan. I know, like, for example, Cooperative Bank. I mean, Mr. Richard Duncan at the helm, together with his board, they have set standards for their workers. And so you can see it in them on the job.
I find I see no dreadlock inside there.
Well, I mean, it passed by choice. You know, persons don't want to.
I find some of those banks and them need to hire some dreadlocks too.
I mean, you might see one or two of them.
In fact, I'm hoping that under this new National Party government that they pass some discrimination law so that you cannot discriminate against a person because they have dreadlocks also. Yeah. Because you have some places that discriminating against people because you have dreadlocks.
Yeah. And some have it as a hairstyle, some have it as part of their religion. And we need to respect. We need to respect all of that. You know, but hey, it's again.
So that's what I say.
Yeah, it's
anti-discrimination legislation.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
But I was saying to our Mr. Duncan in particular, I've been over the years been watching the whole operation of Cooperative Bank and their workers, how they hold the core, how they carry on themselves on the job and out of the job, and so on. And that spells a lot to the helm, and so the sort of example that is being set, and so and the standards. And we need to emulate businesses like that who set examples, and so for our young people to emulate.
Mm-hmm. Folks, 4407377. We only have roughly about 19 minutes remaining on today's program. 4407377 and
347-329-3101.
Yeah, so instead of telling our young people to leave our country, make suggestions of how to better things for our young people.
Exactly.
Instead of sitting down up on the hospital step and complain and complain and complain, complain and say this is a good way. Instead of just attacking because you hate Keith Mitchell, attacking because you hate Gregory Bowen, attacking because you hate NNP and you vex your party just lose 15-0. Instead of going down that road, look at your country, look at the young people and say, this is the best way that we could move forward. This is a way that we can develop our young people. See that your government, you could vote for them, you could don't vote for them, as your government. Your government is working with a plan of how to develop our young people. You're working with a plan. It's not no crazy fly-by-night kind of thing. Somebody just wake up and telling children leave.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Brother Devon.
Yes, good morning, my friend.
Brother Sheldon, how are you going?
Not too bad, you know.
I'm good.
Sound
like a raining down there, man.
Eh?
Sound like a lot of rain down there.
No, man. It's sunlight hot like fire.
Okay, good.
The machine was running this.
So how you doing?
Down there. So everything okay with you all down there?
Yeah, we'll be there holding the fort.
I see all the carnival heating up.
Yeah, man. We carnival, yeah.
Well, the whole system, you see, a lot of people don't understand out here, you have to be qualified. Even though you come to a different country, you still have to learn the different specs in a different country. You might have to go back to school. It's not like just going away and feel where they will just get a job. The job you might get, is not a job that might be paying you a lot of money. So you have to be qualified. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because I involved in doing my trade work for a number of years, and I graduate now. I move on a relaxing stage, like getting jobs and I might give a man a job. He might say, well, after the job, he might give me a little money, So Because I don't want to play greedy. You understand what I'm saying?
Nope.
But running people from Grenada have a lot of opportunity because I listening to here right now, and you won't believe when you go to a bank here. Normally in Grenada, you know, they might give age of a people preference in the line or whatever. Don't it? Not so. They take out the age of the line. You understand what I'm saying? They put in the older people into more problems. Sometimes they come in the line and they go back and sit down and they might say, well, hold that spot for me. It's not like before you have a specific line for age people. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So the banking system is getting more terrible and terrible. And most of the time, down here we pay bills on them two line. You understand what I'm saying? Because the headache they create and that point you make the way going for lunch is the same problem we have down here.
Because they don't want you. They don't want you in there.
All them tellers and them, like, you might have about 2 tellers and you have about 50, 60 people in the line and them tellers in care, they just walk off and they go for lunch. You understand what I'm saying? You've seen that. So it's a strategic move through the Caribbean because not only going alone, I just travel all about, go to different banks and I just see the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things people have to take in consideration and educate yourself to the modern world right now because everything is technology down here. Everything is technology. I could transfer my money from my phone to another to the bank. You know what I'm saying? And just now, they won't need people. It's just robot and someone will be running. Because I following it. I started to diversify already for that time.
But my brother,
I started to do that because I see it coming.
They want to get to the stage.
So I just want to say hello to everybody in Grenada today, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying when I come in because you know me already, I just floating. I just floating. I want to say hello to Martin and V.
Yeah.
You know, and all the fellas in Montu and all them places, Granans, Fricante, Calis and all, Woban and, you know, Ransan, the boys and them up there, Major and them, and, you know, everybody. I was just floating when I had to floating. Me not say nothing. You understand? So, Sheldon Devon?
Yes, man.
Blessings, brother.
Take care.
All right, brother Devon. I see your partner quit.
Yes. Fire in the back seat.
So you don't have to free the gear.
No, at all.
But he coming back in a different constituency, yeah? Look out for that.
Yeah, man. I ain't go no way.
I ain't even feel it's a different constituency. But we go talk.
Yeah,
all right. He ain't going no way.
You're going to fight with them Roberts and them for the constituency. Anyway, there's another story for another day. But what we're saying is, you have to understand what's taking place with the banking system. Yeah, some of the banks are finding the Asian countries to be the better places to go and open branches. So they have shut down branches in the Western Hemisphere to open branches in the Eastern Hemisphere. What they call the tiger economy. So places like Singapore, Japan, Korea, they're going there. China, they're going there and they're opening branches. They're opening branches. While in places like North America, Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean region, South and Central America, they're closing branches. So it's not a Grenada thing. You had some idiots out there speaking about, things so bad in Grenada, they close bank in St. Anne. Just nonsense. And they know it. Because they know it's not just Grenada. Barbados had closures of the same banks as well. Jamaica had it. Trinidad, with their oil-rich economy, had it. And several other countries throughout the Caribbean and Mexico. Mexico itself had one pile of them closing. Canada had branches closing. Different parts of the U.S. that had some affiliations with some of these banks had branches closing. So it's not a Grenada thing, but they want to make government look bad and think everybody's stupid so that nobody would be able to research and come out and say, well, no, this is something that's happening internationally.
That's why our history, we need to continue. As you said, rightly said, we have to do something about letting people know about what is going on, what has been going on, what is, and what will. You know? Yeah, it's very important.
But I'll say this again, because I wanted to stick with a lot of persons who are listening. When it comes to writing the job applications and even going out on the job interviews, I think a lot is left to be desired.
Yeah, we're lacking a lot.
A lot. It makes it extremely difficult for somebody that's interviewing to sit down there and see 30 and 40 persons and know that the 30 or 40 persons can't work there to continue putting out a notice to get the persons that they're looking for.
That is not...
And it's not that some of the people can't handle a job. Devon made an extremely important point. Social media can kill your opportunities. If I, Sheldon, is looking for a receptionist, if I'm looking for a receptionist right now for Hard Talk, and I put out an application, and some people sign up, male, female, it doesn't matter. Some people sign up. You know what I'm going to do? Outside of the application process and the interview, I am going to go on social media and I'm going to backdate for about the last 3, 4 to 5 years and see what that person has been up to.
Yep.
If I realize that they're always in a confusion with some other woman over a man, or some man over a woman, and they always throwing talk and cussing, and so, or if I'm seeing that every now and again the person is suicidal, and so on,
propagandizing the whole thing,
it might make me take pause to wonder if this is the right person to hire for my organization. If I see the suicidal, I'm going to try and get some help for them, because if I realize every now and again they're talking about they can't stand this life, they can't take it, best of the dead, that kind of thing, I'm going to source some sort of help for them. But at the end of the day, it's going to be difficult for me to hire that person. Yeah? So your social media, that's another way of people knowing the kind of person you are.
Through social media.
I mean, if you put up some pictures, you're in a bad suit and you're on the beach, there's Grenada.
Yeah, that's your
There's Grenada. I see nothing wrong with that. You have on a nice bad suit, could be a sexy bad suit as what, but you're on the beach, because people come from 8, 9, 10,000 miles away to come and put on a bad suit and lime on we beach. There's we beach, we could put on a bad suit and lime there and take picture too.
And some of them barely have on anything.
Yeah.
We ain't saying nothing.
This is our beach. So if we do that, that is our thing. We could do that. I have no problem with that. Right? That's one thing. But if I see some kind of behavior, like you're in a fight and you're cussing people and that kind of thing, a video with that or photos with that kind of thing.
Or nude photos of you.
Then you have cause for concern.
A lot of cause for concern.
You have cause for concern. Yeah? So you have to understand, especially those of you who, some of you just have to go through and clean up your Facebook, you know.
Yeah.
You have to go and clean it up.
10 years ago,
you apply for a job. In fact, some of you better just shut it down and start a new one.
Yeah, shut it down and hope that your potential employer didn't have the opportunity to see certain things.
Yeah, some of you, before you go and apply for a job, shut down the Facebook, you have an open new one.
Clean it out. Otherwise, because that
I know of at least 1 or 2 cases. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, about two or three cases in total I could think of at the top of my head. One particular individual was getting a job at a telecommunications company. The job would have been paying him somewhere in the region of $4,500 a month. That's the level of the job that he was getting. 4,500 EC per month. Middle management position within that organization. Applied for the job. Perfect application. Went to the interview. Clinched it. They look at his social media. They tell him no thanks. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
application perfect. Went in properly dressed, handled himself well in the interview. They took one look at his social media and they said, nope, no thank you.
Yeah. And that's the way to go. They rely a lot on social media information at this point in time. It is very important. You see how the intelligence world, like to stick and interfere in all your business and so. What
Devon? I think probably, and I'll throw this challenge to the different constituencies. I think that we probably need to have some forums on an evening time with potential applicants for jobs and so on. Training them of the proper way to go and apply for a job. Yeah, the proper way to apply for a job, and also the proper way to carry themselves on a job. That's why through the Imani you had that training program at the beginning of each group where they go and you train them how to operate on the job, how to interact with people, how to interact with the general public if you're working, and all of that, how to carry yourself in the workplace.
And that must continue. I mean, when you exit from the money or even, from school, you must continue, as you said, the community, right? The constituencies.
I think probably the constituencies each need to set up a little program for that.
Yeah.
And at that program as well, teach them that they don't generally have to be applying everywhere to go for a job, that sometimes they need to start their own thing. It might be nuts that you're selling from home, but you'd be very surprised that if you sell 500 packets of nuts a week, that's $2,000 a month. If it's $1 a packet, you're selling it at. Yeah, if you're selling it for a little more. I want to say a pack of nuts now. I know you last time I bought a pack of nuts.
Why? I don't know.
You don't even know too? I know you last time I bought a pack of nuts.
I hardly buy the salt nuts.
I don't even
know. The shell nuts or the roasted nuts I pay $1.50.
Yeah, so it's important to sometimes look at that kind of thing, that the input wouldn't be $2,000, but you could make $2,000 off some nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even if you are nuts and you're selling some soccer bag, what do you call it, snow ice, along with that, the Trinidadian thing still the soccer bag, some snow ice along with that, and you have different things that you make. Everybody complain about the mango. I ain't see nobody take it and make preservatives and try and sell it and that kind of thing. And no, you don't need to use gas for that. It does taste better when you cook it outside. So you get a big iron pot, you get the mango and thing, and you go and you make some red mango outside or some curry mango and that kind of thing, and you sell it out and that kind of thing. And you could make a lot of money off of that. You could pay your light bill, pay your water bill. If you're renting, you might even be able to pay your rent off of just doing that on a monthly basis as a side income.
Watch, one of the things that we used to do going to school, I remember for me, for example, my mother used to make some little cake and so on, slice it and sell in 25 cents and so forth. The same way we can do, like our children, the little damsel, make damsel stew, right? The little tamarind ball and so, and sell it 50 cents, $1. It adds up. Right, it helps the student to be entrepreneur, to be have that kind of entrepreneurship spirit and everything like that, and so teach them how to manage and everything like that. Is practical things, right? That you get them involved in to make it stick. Right, get them involved. Look at tamarind ball, the sugar cake, things that we can make and make an extra buck to help and support the family.
And as Afro-Caribbean people, there's a nice way of saying we black people. But as Afro-Caribbean people, we need to change our mentality, how we interact with our children. Those of us that don't do it properly.
Some of them don't do it at all.
A man fixing a car, the father come home, he fixing the car, and the child come around, move from there, move from there, move from there, move from there. But you see certain people in other countries, they come and they show them, they say, this is that is that, this is how this does work. That is it, and what daddy doing here now, or what uncle doing here now, what grandpa is doing here now, is this and that. But we, move from there, move from there, move from there, move from there, what are you doing? You have a shop, you're in the shop, the child come, for you to teach the child how to cash so that they could learn a bit of mathematics and so, move there, go inside and watch TV, go inside and watch TV, go in the back, go outside.
Same thing
I don't want you inside here.
Same thing we do with our agriculture.
And same thing we do with our patois.
Yeah.
That's how we're losing things, and we're not teaching our children things. We always
continue
move
hiding things away from them. Get them involved. It's a livelihood.
Your kitchen, you're cooking. The little boy or the little girl come into the kitchen because it's cooking, it's had to be a girl alone. A boys become good chefs. They come inside, you wouldn't let them see how you're cooking something.
How you're chewing the meat.
So then 20 years down the road, we had to be buying oil down in packets from China.
And not only that, the woman they're living with decide not to cook for them.
Yeah.
And they're in problem.
But they go live by Mr. Ross.
Well, yeah, they will get gas, everything.
They will live by Mr. Ross.
They go be gassy. They go be supplying gas for the vehicles and so right now. You see? That's
a mentality.
Yeah, we have to break away from that. We as a people
have to break away from them and teach your children things, man. If I'm fixing, I sometimes do my own repairs on my PC or my Apple or whatever. Sometimes I do some of the basic repairs. I would do it myself. And if my son come around and he asks a question, I'm not going to tell him move. I say, look, this is what daddy doing here, this is what daddy doing there, this is what you're doing here, this is what you're doing there. My good friend Nazim Benjamin, if he's doing something on his car and his son comes around, he say, look, this is that is that, this is what daddy doing here, this is what daddy doing there. So the children gain a better understanding. Sometimes that's not the field that they go into, but they understand a bit about
them,
it.
Yes, to different things.
But some of us, we have this kind of attitude, children must be seen and not heard, so you always just push them aside. The same kind of thing that our little friend was speaking about,
Shiloh.
Children should be seen and not so push them aside, push them aside. No, sometimes you have to bring them. Yes, you don't put them in danger. You wouldn't put them in danger, but they have to learn. I go some countries already and I see some children, man. And when I see the places, those children climbing and swimming and doing all kind of thing. And if it's a Grenadian parent, they say, hey, come out there. What you doing? I can't go down in the hospital today. Move. Child, your father don't know mine and you already come on there.
Watch.
Those kind of things.
Cuba, I realize the importance of the young one. I mean, at a young age. When you see 8 and 9-year-old children getting involved in things that normally, I mean, big people will get involved in. Because why?
Big people thing?
You understand? they are preparing. They started to prepare the young ones for life at that age. Make it easier for them when they get into the whole realm of things. That is the way we have to go. We can't stop hiding the good things, the productive things, the things that will, encourage our children to go for higher heights. We got to stop that. The mentality has to change. I'm not going to hide nothing from my daughter or my sons, and so once
within reason.
Within reason.
And let me say this: a lot of persons have been already calling for the Spice Isle plantation, all natural insect repellent. Down there. What? Give me the number now, girl. Hurry up.
Yes.
We had to go now.
Give us a number.
So hurry up and give us the number, because we had to go. So you want the number? No.
You have 30 seconds to give us a number.
If we don't get a number in 30 seconds, it's not our loss, it's your loss. People calling, they say they already get a couple calls. Well, so some people know the number, some other people don't know the number. Right? So some people already got the number. We want to give some people the number. We know that you're in the craft center down at the Karani James Boulevard, right around the area of the FedEx at the bottom of GBSS. What your number? Give us your number. Here's what we'll do. We'll take our final call for today. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I would like to speak to Sheldon, please, up there.
You'll have to call me after in a little while. Let me close off.
All right. Thank you very much. I really have to.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah. And folks, yesterday, oh boy, before I go, I need to say this. Yesterday, we had, I was speaking about the fact that I'm not seeing much spices and so. But I learned yesterday, and I have to call a person, that they are doing some propagation of spices in the St. David area. I believe it's in the place down in Laura there. They're doing spice plants and so that they're doing propagation of spices there. Folks, the number for the Spice Isle plantation for you to go and get a nice thing and them there is 439-2603. 439-2603. You could call that number and you will get your insect repellent and thing. But Devon, that's all the time we have for today. So, let me put back on your mic. Sorry, folks, remember though, tonight it's going to be taking place down at the Carnival City.
Yeah, big
Carnival
things.
City. 31 artists will be facing the judges tonight. They need your support, especially if one of them is your people.
Triple.
If one of them is your people, make 2-3 buses and go down and support them.
Triple and Danger. And Davey Rooting.
And let me say to the artists, I just go to this thing every year. Last year, I saw one big artist that take the preliminaries for granted. He feel he have a big song,
and don't make it.
He feel he have a big name, so he go on the stage all how.
Yeah.
And he end up not making it through to the semi-finals, much less the finals. So do not take tonight's performance for granted.
Most definitely.
Do your very best, like if it's Fantastic Friday already, put yourself out, because the judges ain't gonna play with you. Yeah? So do your very best tonight. Don't say, well, there's the preliminary stage, I'll just do a thing and my name is so and so and I won't get through. Do a proper performance. I tell you, I see a man get knocked out last year. I'll set up people say, but how he get knocked out? How he get knocked out? He got knocked out because he was lackluster on stage. I ain't had to sugarcoat it for nobody. The guy was lackluster on stage. He did not perform properly and he did not deserve to go to the semi-finals. Not because his name is so and so and he big thing and he win already and all kind of thing. Nah, I don't care about that.
Look at the World Cup. Typical example.
People pay their money to come and see you perform. Yeah, nice.
World Cup, typical example. Look at all the big teams that are going on. They didn't perform. They play garbage, so they lose.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. That's what happened to them. They get those are bye-bye. Nice. Anyway, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk. Today's been wonderful being here. And everything you say, everything you do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
All right, let me try a song there for size while we go in.
Let's go. Animal Stories, top notch studio. You don't know. Boy. Boy. My pocket empty. I don't have no money. But I play a job. A dirty job. My pocket empty. I don't have no money. But I play a job. A dirty job. See me on the road. I thought see me load. See me on the road. I take me load. The boss
the kit already. They go into every fete. They go into every fete. So you could find me in a juve van with a bottle of spoon, a drum and a shell and a track in a chain in my hand. I don't need no money to play no jam. You think it's funny? Well, things real hard. Me pocket empty. I don't have no money, but I play no jam. A dirty jam. Me pocket empty. I don't have no money, but I play no jam. A dirty jam. See me on the road. I thought me load. See me on the road. I thought me load. I tried to call him to get some money, but he not answering. The boss not answering. Me friend keep texting if I'm not coming, but I ain't responding. You know I find him in a juve van with a Johnny Walker, 2 Hennessy and a set of pretty woman. You know I